हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हो आप सब लोग। जैसे कि लास्ट वीडियो में हमने देखा कि दो पॉजिटिव चार्जेस हमने साथ में रखे तो वो दोनों रिपेल करेंगे, दो नेगेटिव चार्जेस भी रिपेल करेंगे। लेकिन एक पॉजिटिव और एक नेगेटिव चार्ज हमने रखा है तो वो दोनों एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट करेंगे। सो लाइक रिपेल्स अनलाइक अट्रैक्ट्स ईच अदर। सो इनमें का जो फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है और फोर्स ऑफ जो रिपल्शन है वो कितना है वो आज हम देखेंगे। So this force is similar to the force of gravity. एक्चुअली दोनों इक्वेशन सिमिलर दिखते हैं। सबसे पहले मैं ग्रेविटी का फोर्स लिखता हूँ। सो मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज एफ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट, यूनिवर्सल कांस्टेंट ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन, m1 m2 masses of two objects and distance between them. So this is the law of gravitation which state the force between two objects having mass m1 and m2. Now we will see the force between two charges. Okay, the force between two charges, let's say if it is positive charge, there it is also positive charge. Okay, let's call this charge as q1, this charge as q2. Let the distance between them be r. Okay, since these are positive charges, there will be a repulsion between them, and the force of repulsion is given by, this is magnitude which I am writing some constant k, q1 q2 upon r square. Okay, currently we won't bother about k. Actually k is a constant which also consists of two other constant. So k is written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So this epsilon naught is constant, this pi is constant, this 4 is constant. So this k is made up of a bunch of constants. ये epsilon naught को कहा जाता है permittivity of free space. So ये constant को हम currently will take it as it is. It has some value also, so we don't bother about value currently. We just want to know its form is similar to the form that we got in the chapter gravitation. Okay, so force of repulsion, the magnitude of force of repulsion is this much. Okay, so we will see what we can write, how we can write down this equation in vector form. So we can see the q1 and q2 will have a force of repulsion between them. This q1 will repel this q2, so in this direction, and this q2 will repel this q1 in this direction. Let's call right side or this as positive direction and left side as negative direction. So let the unit vector along this positive direction be r cap. Okay, and obviously unit vector along this direction will be negative r cap. Okay, so this law in terms of vector I can write down like this: the force on charge 2 because of charge 1. So force on charge 2 because of charge 1. So let's give a vector sign over there, is equal to k q1 q2 upon r square, and this force on q2 is in direction of r cap. R cap is a unit vector. Similarly, force on 1 because of 2 can be written as k q1 q2 upon r square and negative r cap. Okay, since this force is in the left hand side or in the left direction. Okay, these magnitudes of these two forces are equal, so the forces on these two charges will be equal, but their direction will be opposite. Okay, so we'll solve a quick problem over here. So let me clean this. Okay, so the problem is, let there be two charges, positive charges. Let's take positive charges. If there is a negative charge, if this is a negative charge, then you will have to take minus q2 in your equation. That is the only change. Okay, so to avoid negative signs, we'll for now we'll take positive charges. So these q1 q2 are positive charges. Let the distance between them be r. Now our question is, what a charge Q3 should be placed anywhere on this line so that the force on that Q3 charge will be 0. The net force on that Q3 charge will be 0. That is, if these two Q1, Q2 charges are fixed, and if I place Q3 charge somewhere around here, then this Q3 charge will be in stable equilibrium or it will not move. Okay, so let's analyze this situation. Let this distance be d and we have to find this d. What should be d so that this Q3 will be in stable equilibrium. Now let's analyze the force between Q1 and Q3. Obviously we know this there will be repulsive force because of Q1 and it will be in this direction. Okay, so first analyze this force. Let's call this force as force on 3 because of 1 F31. Okay, so we will write down the magnitude. We will not write down it in vector form. So F31 will be K Q1 Q3 and distance between them is d, so d square. Okay, so this is F31, force on 3 because of 1. Similarly, there will be force on 3 because of 2 and this force will be in this direction. Let's call it as F32. So F32 magnitude में रहेगा. So this will be K Q2 Q3 upon, now this distance will be how much? This is R, this is D. So this distance will be R minus D. So R minus D whole square. Now these two forces are in opposite direction and for Q3 to be in stable equilibrium they should be equal. So their magnitude should be equal. So for Q3 to be stable equilibrium, F31 should be equal to F32. So what we will do? We will equate them. K Q1 Q3 upon D square is equal to K Q2 Q3 upon R minus D square. As we know, Q3 get cancelled, K gets cancelled and we are left with R minus D square upon D square is equal to Q2 upon Q1. Okay, it is Q2 upon Q1. So for a special case, let's take a case where Q2 is, let's say, 4 times Q1. Q2 is 4 times Q1 and what we get? R minus D square upon D square is equal to 4 Q2. Q2 is 4 times Q1, so 4 Q1 upon Q1, which is nothing but 4. Okay, taking the root of the both side, what we will get? I will write down out here, R minus D upon D is equal to 4. 4 root of 4, it will be 2. We are taking square root of the both sides. So R minus D is equal to 2. Okay. So let's cross multiply now. R minus D is equal to 2D and if I take this D on the right side, it will be 3D. So what we get? D is equal to R by 3. So this distance should be R by 3 so that the Q3 will be in stable equilibrium. Obviously, it depends on this equation. Whatever may be the ratio of Q2 and Q1, according to that, this distance will change. Now, the major question arises over here is that how does this charge, let's consider the two charges only. Let's consider charge here and charge here. Okay. Now, initially consider there was only one charge. Okay. There was only one charge and now you bring another charge over here. Now, suddenly this charge will feel repulsion because of this charge and similarly will happen to this charge also. Now, even if this space is vacuum, there is nothing between these two charges. How does these charges know that there is another charge in the vicinity? उन्हें कैसे पता चलता है कि एक और चार्ज पास में आ गया? उनके बीच में तो कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. तो क्या मैकेनिज्म कैसा है कि एक दूसरे का एग्जिस्टेंस का उन्हें पता चलता है? ओके, सो यही मैकेनिज्म हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में, नेक्स्ट वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे, ट्राई करेंगे. इसका कंसेप्ट एक्सप्लेन किया गया है इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड नाम के कंसेप्ट से। इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल ऑल्सो स्टडी इलेक्ट्रिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स। ठीक है, सो इसकी वजह से एक दूसरे का एग्जिस्टेंस कैसे पता चलता है ये हमें पता चलेगा। ओके, सो विल स्टॉप ओवर हियर, टेक केयर, बाय।